I'm going to go ahead and read the story now. The book is called Misty Blue by me, Kay Marie, and it was illustrated by Oliver Kreis Bundock, and he's a really fantastic artist. Okay, guys? Okay. Just beyond the grassy plains lived a girl named Misty Blue. She sat upon her windowsill and waited for the rain to slow, when suddenly she noticed a marvelous rainbow glow. Where is that rainbow glow coming from? Misty Blue wondered. She ran towards the meadow to have a closer look. The rain trickled upon Misty's rain boots as she slowly approached the rainbow glow, which came from a very unusual rain puddle. I've never seen a puddle so colorful before, Misty said as she reached down to touch it. But as soon as she did, the water burst open and splashed her in the face. Misty wiped the water from her eyes, but couldn't believe what she saw. Raindrops, she gasped at the 2 tiny raindrops that floated above the rainbow puddle. The raindrops both smiled and waved at Misty, then kindly introduced themselves. Hi, my name is Drizzledrop, said the raindrop with fluffy hair. And my name is Sprinkle Shower, said the other who had golden eyes. Glad to meet you. My name is Misty Blue. I've never met a raindrop before. Where did you come from? Misty said. We come from Cloudsville, our home in the clouds. The raindrops pointed their tiny arms towards the sky. You must have seen the rainbow glow coming from the portal puddle we made, Sprinkle said. Misty nodded. Yes, I did. The marvelous rainbow glow can be seen from far away. But why do you make portal puddles? She wanted to know. We make portal puddles so people discover their true blue. It's a very special purpose for every raindrop to pursue. And if you come to Cloudsville, you'll discover yours too, the raindrop said as they flew up into the sky. Wait for me, Misty shouted, and she jumped into the portal puddle. A brilliant, shining rainbow emerged from the portal puddle and carried Misty Blue up towards the sky. I'm changing, Misty shouted when she reached the cottony clouds, and in the blink of an eye, she turned into a raindrop. Look at me. I'm a raindrop. I'm a raindrop, Misty said as she jumped in the clouds. She was very pleased with her new watery form. Her eyes had changed color to a very bright pink, and her skin turned a beautiful azure blue. Welcome to the rain world, Misty. Sprinkle clapped in amazement. They were very excited about Misty's transformation. Cloudsville's this way, Misty, just beyond Raina Forest. Come, follow me, Sprinkle said. Raina Forest was incredible and filled with many interesting creatures. The creatures looked like animals, but made of rain. It was nothing like Misty had ever seen before. What are these creatures? Misty wondered. Rain animals. We call them rainimals, Sprinkle said. Raina Forest has lots of raina tigers, raina deer, and giant raina birds. Amazing. Misty laughed. She waved to the remarkable rainimals. Then suddenly the air turned bitterly cold, and the rainforest floor froze solid with ice. What's happening? Misty shrieked when she saw the frightened rainimals scatter. It's Prince Miasma's toxics, the Hellstones, Drizzle warned. Hellstones were mean, toxic beings, under the control of a very evil prince, a prince named Miasma, a nasty air pollutant who dwelled in the darkest of all hell clouds. Stop that, Misty, from discovering her true blue. That purpose I want no raindrop to do, Miasma ordered his evil toxics. Oh no! Misty screamed at the horrible sight. The Hellstones captured them in a large icy trap. The walls of the trap were so slippery, Sprinkle could not climb over, and Drizzle tried to break through, but it was rock solid. You'll never get to Cloudsville now, the Hellstones taunted. Drizzle, Sprinkle, I must discover my true blue. I want to make Cloudsville my home in the clouds too, Misty cried. Then, out of nowhere, another raindrop appeared. He had white hair and eyes, and great snowflakes flew beside him. Snowflakes were very, very powerful beings, with white patterned wings and swords made of rainbow beams. They protected raindrops from Prince Miasma and his evil toxics, so all can make it to Cloudsville and discover their true blue. We will let the raindrops go, the hailstones screeched. They were terrified of the great snowflakes and quickly fled. Yay! Misty shouted when the snowflakes broke the icy trap. Their powerful swords crashed to pieces with a loud, thunderous boom. Mr. Cloud, you came just in time, Drizzle and Sprinkle greeted the older raindrops. Miasma is always up to no good. Are you droplets all right? Mr. Cloud said. Yes, we're all right. Thank you so much for helping us, Misty replied. Why, of course, you are very welcome. Indeed, that is my true blue. I help all raindrops, and I shall help you. Mr. Cloud then helped Misty, Drizzle, and Sprinkle onto the backs of the great snowflakes. On wings they were carried over rainforest towards Cloudsville. Look, Misty! There it is! Sprinkle shouted with joy as they approached a magnificent village nestled in the clouds. This is Cloudsville, our home in the clouds. Wow, Misty awed with wonder as the beautiful village came into view. It was filled with many raindrop houses, mansions, and trees, and 4 rainbow waters streamed in between. There were even remarkable rain animals there. They flew and frolicked through Rainbow Road streets. And there were oh so many raindrops, more than Misty could count. All were different shades of blue and had unique kinds of hair, distinct colors of eyes, and were dressed in all sorts of wear. Look, down there, Misty said, as the great snowflakes flew them down to the center of the cloud village, where hundreds of raindrops were gathered together. Cloudsville is here to welcome you, Misty, Mr. Cloud said. Then all the raindrops shouted, Hooray! Misty has made it to Cloudsville, my new home in the clouds! Misty cheered along. All day Misty celebrated with her new raindrop family. She danced, ate raindrop food, and rode giant rain birds all throughout Cloudsville just until the sun began to set. When suddenly Misty noticed a marvelous rainbow glow that came from a portal puddle way down below. It was at that very moment Misty discovered her true blue, the very special purpose for every raindrop to pursue. A true blue to invite all to Cloudsville, her new home in the clouds, so everyone could be a part of the wonderful raindrop life. I will make many, many portal puddles all over the entire world and invite to Cloudsville every boy and every girl, Misty said. Mr. Cloud smiled and said to Misty Blue, and all of Cloudsville will help you too. The end. Thank you guys again for coming out for the book reading for Cloudsville's Misty Blue, my very first book. This is actually a series, so I have a lot more books coming. Do you guys have any questions about Cloudsville or about the story or the idea I had in mind?
Where did you get the name for the prince?
For the prince. So the Prince Miasma, he's actually a nasty air pollutant, and miasma is actually a air pollutant that was alive somewhere once time and actually did pollute people. So I will try to find out more information from you, but it's a green kind of goo, and it does make people ill, and it was a time in the country where it actually, few people got really sick from it, if I would say. So that's where his name came from, Prince Miasma. And of course the evil guys, the Hellstones, I mean, we all live in Texas, we don't like the hell here, so you guys all know where that came from. Does anyone have any other questions?
What's the name of your next book?
The name of my next book is called Plip and Plop. It's actually about 2 twin brothers who are working toward their true blue. It's in the writing, it's in the works right now. So that's the next Cloudsville series. It will be Plip and Plop, and the 2 twin brothers.
So how many books do you have on Misty Blue?
Misty Blue, this is the very first book.
Is there going to be another?
There will be another book about Misty Blue, that's correct. So I have a few of the characters I would like to introduce with their own stories, their own different perspectives of Cloudsville, and Misty will continue her story as well, since that was my very first book.
Mm-hmm.
franchise.
Can we see your first book?
Absolutely. So my very first book was actually called Miss Raindrop, and I wrote this when I was 6 years old. I was actually sitting on the couch in my living room, and I had a book in front of me. It was a blank book with blank pages. And this was actually for a school project. I was to create my very own book. So I wanted to create a book about dogs, because when I was 6 years old, I was so fascinated with dogs. I really, really love dogs, so I wanted to make a book about it. But when I was sitting there, I remember in my little kid mind, I was like, no, I'm not going to make a book about dogs. All my brothers and sisters, my family, that's going to be so obvious. They're going to know I'm going to make a book about dogs. I want to make something that's different, something that's new, something that no one's expecting, something that will be inspiring to everyone. And that's when I came up with the idea to make a book about raindrops, a family of raindrops who dwell in the clouds. And everyone has a true blue, which is a very special purpose for everyone to pursue.
Aww.
This is really cute.
Who helped you write the book? Did you talk about that?
My book writing was definitely in the making for over a large period of time. 6 years old, I'm in my 20s now. So I had a long time to kind of think of what I want to do with the graphics and various things. Oliver Kreis Bundox, he was the artist of this book. He did a fantastic job with his illustrations, I do say. But with that said, I was the only one who helped with the creation of this book. What you asked her. Do you have any questions about the bad guys, about raindrops or True Blue? Not yet.
The bad guys was Hale?
Yes, the Hailstones are his
Hailstones.
minions. The Prince Miasma's minions, who doesn't want any of the raindrops to discover their True Blue.
Do you have any advice for helping people to find their true blue?
Any advice? I would start with the porta puddle, and that's basically like an invitation to Cloudsville. So if you're meeting other raindrops who are part of Cloudsville, they can help you to discover the porta puddle, and as you go along the way, discover your true blue.
This is really cute.
Super cute.
Does anyone else have any other questions about Cloudsville?
What advice do you have to parents and adults to help their young people, like help their children or other young people discover their passions and their purpose in
Discover
life?
their passion. I was homeschooled, and while I was homeschooled, if any homeschooler knows this, once you're done your work, you are free to play. So I had a lot of time to play, a lot of time to create, a lot of time to be outside with my friends, and that helped me to, I would say, to pursue my creative abilities. So my advice to parents probably will be giving their kids plenty of time to play. I mean, they'll be adult eventually, and they'll be able to do all the adult responsibility and working things. But while they're a child, give them plenty of time to play so that way they can see what they truly enjoy.
What about if they're too much into video games? How do you...
I'm probably too much into video games as well, yes. So if they would want to be a video game maker and pursue a dream about that, they can do that. Video games usually help people maybe interact with other friends in the area and the neighborhood, so I can see why they want to do that. But if the friends are close by, I would say just hang up the video games, go outside, and just go have a fun time at the playground or hang out with your friends instead of just over the microphone or the video game.
This is my grandson. I've always given him all the access for art, everything, a computer, and now he's a gifted child, and he's been accepted into the gifted program. But so it's not bad him being
No,
too much
not at all.
on the
I spend a large
computer
part of my
and
time playing video games.
Video
Mostly they
games.
just love the communication with their friends. That's what they're
Yes.
doing. So you can pursue a career about that. I know plenty of people who've made their own video games. I would like to one day maybe make Cloudsville a video game. So it's kind of just like, a little bit of video game, a little bit of time to spend with my family. So as long as there's a good balance, I don't think there's any problem with the video games. But just again, if you want to pursue that career, great. If you don't, you probably should be delving into a different.
he's only 6.
Oh, it's 6.
He's
Is
only
it the
6.
Minecraft game? Is he
It's a
into
Minecraft, and he's getting into older games now because he's so way advanced that the kindergarten teacher says this boy's too advanced for kindergarten. So
Well, maybe we could
he
find
does
out.
5th grade reading now.
Maybe he has a really special, in this scenario, a really special true
Mm-hmm.
blue, and we would probably want to really pry into that and see what he really is really good at, and then just kind
He's a
of
drawer
encourage him in
and
that way.
just-
Yeah, because
but
maybe
I
you're too advanced for
wanna
the
get
class
him
he's in.
outside.
Yeah.
And he does play outside, but not as well. It's too hot anyway.
Yeah.
But he does try to play baseball and basketball, and he goes back to his videos. So
Yeah, I mean, that's wonderful. I mean, he may just need something really, really challenging for him
Yeah.
for him to feel really inspired.
How can people keep up with you? How can they find you? Are you on
People
social
can find me
media?
on my Facebook Cloudsville page. If you don't have Facebook, I have a Twitter account. If you don't have a Twitter account, you can just subscribe to my email, and that's at www.cloudsville.com. And you'll be able to see any like new events we're doing, any new books that we come out in the upcoming years, and that kind of thing.
Awesome! Yay!
I'll be upfront, if you guys want to purchase a book, I do have the wonderful hardcover edition. So this is probably a lot more durable. And this is $21.99, and I do have the softcover edition as well, and that's $9.99 if you want to take that home. And I'm more than happy to sign anything you would like in the interior of the book. I do really like that this first page, it's always dedicated to every boy and every girl. May you discover your true blue and make Cloudsville your home in the clouds too. So I'll be up there at the front if you guys want me to sign any of your copies. Again, thanks for coming out, and thanks again for Half Price Books for hosting me today. They've been really awesome.
Yay!